How's everybody doing? We doing good out there in Shiny Land? Huh? How are we doing? What's up in Detroit? Hey, go to StreamYard.com/Facebook so I can see who I'm talking to here. That would be great. That would be great. Yeah, Gail. Thank you, Gail, for your help. Right here's the link. Click that. Give StreamYard permission to show me your name. That'd be great. What is up from Miami? How are we doing? Good morning from Portland, Tampa. Got both coasts of the United States represented here. That's pretty cool. That's cool. What's up, Jeff? Welcome. Mauricio, ready for the coffee? Me too, buddy. Me too. It's my favorite coffee of the week is this one right here on Friday where we get to hang out together. What's up, Dan? How are we doing? Elias? What is going on, people? What's up, Martin? We have Booty. How's it going? Welcome. Welcome, Yo-Yo from TLV. Is that Tel Aviv? TLV. Is there a Toronto Loveland? Like an airport or something? Let me know let me know if I'm even in the ballpark. Facebook user, I'm curious. What's up from Jakarta? We have Sweden. Look at this. Look at this. This is awesome. India. Yep. Coffee with Michael unites the world. Am I right? Norway, Toronto, Ontario, Dallas, country of Texas, Slovenia, Springfield, Missouri. We have Harrington, Kansas. What's up, Kirsten? Welcome. Costa Rica. Digging that. Pennsylvania. Okay, this is cool. Denmark, Detroit. I'm hyped for a training. Well, good. Get ready. This is going to be a good one. Yes, Tel Aviv. I was right. All right. I swear there's like a Toronto Loveland, though. Is that the name of the Toronto airport? Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm making that up. Bangladesh. All right. This is cool. We have, again, every time we do a coffee with Michael, basically every continent except Antarctica is represented. Isn't that cool? That's insane. That's insane for this little coffee with Michael. Okay, let's get into this. Have you ever wondered why 99% of Shopify print-on-demand stores fail? Well, in today's in-depth training, I'm going to show you why. And I'm also going to teach you how you can be in the top 1%. For anybody that's new here, I'm Michael Chris, top seller at Shine On, the world's best print-on-demand company on the planet. In today's training, we're going to be talking exactly about why most Shopify print-on-demand stores completely tank. We're going to go through the top 5 reasons, and we're going to talk about what you can do differently. How does that sound? Do me a favor, like this post. Drop some comments below. You guys are great at the comments. Like the post. Make sure you juice it. Give it some love that Facebook wants to see so it'll share this with other people. I would appreciate that. That would be amazing. Let's go over our swag winners from last week. Excuse me, guys. I'm still kind of getting over this, whatever I got a couple weeks ago. Stephanie, it's been a good week. Been diving into the endless hours of training videos on pro and not forgetting the part of the toast. The riches are in the niches. That's right. Excited for Mother's Day sales, but don't forget there are a lot of other big occasions this time of year. That's right. $268 in revenue, 5 units sold, $156 in profit. Amazing job, Stephanie. Thanks for sharing your win with us. We're celebrating with you. You've got some swag coming your way. Next up is Luis or Lius. I think it's Luis. This week is one of the best weeks that remind me of my 9-to-5 job. I will only be able to earn this in 4 or 5 months, but with drop shipping business, I made it in a week. Look at this. $3,690 there. Works a little better with my brain that way. On just 26 sales. That's the incredible part about this. Just 26 sales. We only convinced 26 people to buy, and we made $3,690 in a week. Do you think you can convince 25 people to buy your product a week? It takes some skill, takes some knowledge, takes some chops, but I promise you, you can do that. You can do that. If you can figure out how to convince one person, if you stick with it, you'll be able to convince 25. And if you can convince 25, you're not too far away from 100, which is not that far from 1,000. It's true. It's very true. Here, I'm going to say something that's probably going to be a little mind-blowing. It's harder to convince the first 100 people to buy your product than it is the first 1,000. It's harder to go from 0 to 100 than it is from 100 to 1,000, right? If you can crack this, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. Luis, thank you for sharing. You've got some swag coming your way. Coming your way. All right, if you too would like to get some free swag, we give away swag every single week. We grab 2 to 5 posts from the group. We're looking for testimonials, milestones, screenshots, tips and tricks, that kind of stuff. If we feature you here, you'll have some good stuff coming your way. All right, let's go over some latest news. We launched a new product, in case anybody missed it. It's a new heart name necklace. So now at the end of the name, there's a little heart here. Perfect for certain niches. Going to be great for some niches. You can see here's an example with Courtney with a little heart at the end of it. Here's what's cool, guys. I'm just going to let you in a little tip. We got all kinds of stuff coming around the corner. We have paws. We have little footballs, little baseballs. We got stars, everything you can think of, right? We are going to be building into this, right? So you can get really, really niched with your products. The paw one is going to be popping. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be amazing. Also, we're probably going to do like a version of this where the heart is in the middle, right? So you can put 2 names. You can put like Blake, Hart, Courtney, right? Or whatever, Robert, Hart, Jessica, right? You see where I'm going with that? Makes for a long name. We're kind of experimenting with that, but that also might be around the corner. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, improvements to the graphic products. I've been hyping this up for weeks and weeks and weeks. If you sell graphic products, you listen up. This is an amazing improvement that we brought to our graphic items. We have improved the technology, right? We have improved the process for how we create these graphic items. And these improvements have increased the vibrancy of the colors, right? Of the items. The print quality is sharper now. Like if I could, if the old ones were standard def, the new ones are like HD. I mean, that's kind of the way I would compare that. Also, it takes like so our old process, it would literally take several days to make one of these. I don't want to get into too much detail, but we had to use a chemical to kind of create the glass doming, and then we had to bake it for a long time. Like I had to go into an oven, and then after that, like we had to inspect everything for quality, and if any air bubbles or anything were in there, we had to go do the entire process, and it would add time to the entire cycle here. And unfortunately, the defect rate on the old process was high. Not anymore. This new process is amazing. We can probably, I don't want to make any promises, probably get to the point where an order comes in the morning and we have the item finished and ready to ship by the afternoon, right? So the production times have significantly decreased, vibrancy is improved, print quality is improved, and the defect rate has gone way, 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 way down, right? So this is an incredible product. Sell this for Mother's Day. I will give you a hint. There are 2 really good ways to sell this for Mother's Day. Our buyer upload, where the buyer comes to your store and they upload images to this. So several years ago, we had a merchant that did that with the Bengals. He had the Bengal hearts, and somebody was able to come to the page and upload images of their kids, right? And he would sell the Bengals with the hearts that had pictures of the kids in it for Mother's Day, and he sold a crap ton of those. And then another really good one is the ultrasound angle, right? Where you basically, it's another buyer upload where you allow the buyer to add an ultrasound image to the item. Okay. So those sell really, really good for Mother's Day. Somebody's going to make a ton of money because they're going to find the right angle. They're going to find the right ad copy. They're going to have a high converting page. You're going to get that pixel fired up, and they're going to make a ton of money on one of those 2 angles. So don't ignore that. This is an incredible product to be selling for Mother's Day. Don't sleep on it. It's going to be making a comeback. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. All right. I just want to bring attention again to anybody that's missed it, the live preview for the Thin Script name necklace. Did I say that right? Live preview for the Thin Script name necklace right here. I think we have the best live preview in the entire business. I've not seen a live preview that comes even close to it, which is pretty cool. You can see it right here as the user types in their name. On the fly, we will generate a preview. That's amazing. That is amazing. That is going to increase conversions right there. Pretty cool. All right, let's keep going here. Mother's Day right around the corner. May 14th is the big kahuna. You got the USA, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, all on May 14th. So 4 giant English-speaking countries with lots of discretionary income that all celebrate Mother's Day right here, May 14th. You need to be testing now for May 14th. You need to be testing now. Right? Start testing today to find your winner. A product that is break even right now will be producing profit in a couple of weeks. Okay? Test right now. Test like a crazy person. Different phrases, different designs. Find your winner so you can scale it for Mother's Day. It's what this entire game is about, people. All right, Shine On Pro. Shine On Pro. It's $47 a month. It's an absolute steal. You get a ton of exclusive training in Shine On Pro. Like, I think there's 4 or 5 courses in there. You get Amazon FBA, cash on delivery. You get post-purchase, which is an app that a lot of other companies charge you for. You get weekly office hours, VIP support, and access to our UGC store, all for $47 a month, which is incredible. It's an incredible deal. Go sign up for Shine On Pro if you're not already. You should see it right inside the app. Anytime you visit the app, if you're not signed up for Shine On Pro, you'll see like little spots where you can sign up. Do it for $47 a month. It's a steal. It's a steal. Finally, if you're also new, go to shineonchallenge.com, sign up for our challenge. The entire challenge was designed to get you to go from 0 to 1 sale. 0 to 1 sale, right? Shineonchallenge.com. Go from 0 to 1 sale. It's an incredible offer, okay? We tell you how to set up your LLC, pick out a brand name, your brand colors, set up your Shopify store, pick a niche, design your first products, run your first ads, get your first sale. It's incredible. Shineonchallenge.com. Again, it's free. I started in 2017, 2016, somewhere back then. And I would have killed to have a resource like this. They did not exist. I had to learn this game from like YouTube videos and random posts on Facebook and talking to friends and my own trial and error and things like that. So definitely go check this out. Shineonchallenge.com if you're interested. All right, we're in the Shopify App Store. Do me a favor, if you have not yet, leave us a review. I won't spend a lot of time on this today, but we would appreciate your review. We finally cracked 300, by the way. We have 300 reviews now in the App Store. 150 of those came in the month of March. So thank you. Thank you very much, family. You're helping us tremendously. Let's see, apps.shopify.com/shineon. If you want to leave us a review, you can also just in the App Store search for Shine On. It's what the app looks like. Here's what the app page looks like. Scroll all the way down, click the write a review button. It's barely visible to the naked eye, right? It's not a very strong call to action. However, this is what it looks like. Click this almost invisible button and then leave us a great review. I'm sorry. Scratch that. Leave us an honest review. It's all we want is your honesty. Okay. If you ever take some time off, God forbid, or you're on vacation or whatever it is, if you're not selling with Shine On, which why in the world would you not be selling with Shine On? If you come back to the Facebook group, up at the very top, you click featured, anything that we pinned, mark it as an announcement, anything like that, it'll be right here in this tab. It's an easy, quick way for you to get caught back up. Product releases, feature releases, Coffee with Michaels, all that good stuff. It'll be right here. Okay. You guys ready to jump into this? Huh? Are you ready to jump into this? Let's see. I want some coffee in the chat if you're ready to jump into this. You know, the little coffee emoji. Give it to me in the chat if you are ready to jump into this. Coffee emojis right now. Sorry, everybody. Had to blow my nose. Coffee emojis in the chat. There we go. All right. Okay. Why 99% of print-on-demand stores fail and how you can be in the top 1%. Let's do it. All right. Well, you know how we kick things off around here. We start with a toast. We start with a toast. If you're new, just get ready. You're about to live. Raise up your glasses, mugs, bottles, and flasks. Join me now for the Digital Marketer's Toast. Here's to more conversions, more cash, cheap CPMs, and lower CACs, higher CTRs, much higher CVRs to enabled ad accounts and big bank accounts, upsells, downsells, and cross-sells, to winning products and repeat sales, to the thing that everybody knows. The riches are in the niches, but also your email flows. Are you ready? Cheers, everybody. Drink up. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. This is a fresh roasted Brazilian coffee that was processed with honey. So pretty good, pretty good. I'm a little bit of a coffee nerd. I roast my own about once every, 2 weeks. So, that's what I'm talking about. You're all feeling it. It's the dopamine hit that just went around the world. Just did a circuit. You know what I'm saying? It's connecting all of us. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Top reasons 99% of Shopify POD stores fail and how you can be in the top 1%. Let's get into it. All right. First up. Oh, whoops. I had some stuff I needed to delete out of there and I forgot. Okay. First up, reason number one, people give up too early. Reason number one that most Shopify print-on-demand stores fail, people give up too early. People give up too early. So first of all, print-on-demand is not get rich quick. It is not a get rich quick scheme, okay? Most people, what happens is they see a bunch of ads from some drop shipping people. They see screenshots in Facebook groups of these big revenue numbers or on Twitter or wherever they are, and they get kind of sucked into this get rich quick kind of thing, right? There definitely is money that can be made in print on demand. Definitely, absolutely, without a doubt. I've made boatloads of money in this niche. We have many, many merchants that have made tons and tons of money in this niche. You can make a lot of money in this niche, but it is not get rich quick. That's an important distinction. You need to know from the outset that it's not get rich quick. Let's set proper expectations now so you're not down on yourself in a month or two when you haven't seen the numbers that you want. Right? You should expect failure, right? You should expect failure with any new thing you set out to do. You should expect failure, but you should also expect growth, right? You should also expect growth. With failure comes growth. Every time you fail, you have an opportunity to grow, okay? It's going to be up to you as an individual to learn the lessons that failure is trying to teach you, right? To redeem those lessons so that there's a return on investment from your failures. That's up to you as an individual. That comes down to you and your mindset and how you let failure affect you, right? I try to train myself. Now, this is I don't want to pretend like I'm there. I try to train myself so that every time I fail, I go, the world is teaching me. I'm getting a free education here. It's like a course I don't have to pay for. I'm getting a lesson. Yes, failure. What could I do differently? What do I need to learn? How do I need to change my approach? Right? That's what failure affords you. It gives you that opportunity. And as long as you learn from it, you're gold. You're gold. You can grow off of failures. Okay? You can grow off of failures. Another thing, skills take time to develop. You should know that print on demand is a skill set. Okay. And it's a lot of skill sets. It's not just one. Think of everything that you kind of have to learn and bring together if you want to be really successful at print on demand. Now I'm going to go through these, and I don't want you to get discouraged if you're new, because there are lots of people that are able to do this and that synthesize all this stuff together. And you don't have to be world class at any of this. You just have to be good enough, right? So think all the skills. You kind of need to understand digital marketing a little bit. You kind of have to understand how marketing works, like how you get someone to buy stuff, right? You kind of have to understand like how and why people buy crap. You got to understand that. You have to have the technical chops to start your own Shopify store. You need at least enough like design intuition to kind of know like when something is aesthetically on or off. So like when you're designing a message card, if the text is off balance or it's weird or whatever, you kind of need to be able to see that so you can make those corrections. That's a intuition you have to develop, right? You need to know a little bit about copywriting. Not a lot, just a little bit, so you can write compelling copy for your stores and for your ads. You have to learn the ad side of things, right? Like you have to learn how to run the ads. You have to learn data analysis. Not a lot, just enough to be dangerous, right? So there's like a number of skills that you have to develop to be good at this. And you got to bring all those together and kind of synthesize them into a successful print-on-demand store. You can learn all of that. You can learn all of that. Make no mistake, right? The biggest thing I want you to hear, though, is it can take some time. Depending on where you're at when you start your journey is going to determine kind of how long it takes you to get there, right? So you can learn it all. It's totally doable. I've seen people from all walks of life figure this out, right? It just can take a little bit of time. And I'm sharing this with you because I don't want you to get discouraged as you move through the process, right? I would also highly encourage, courses, education, things like that. They will help you a lot. Okay. You have to learn your audience. This is something that also takes time. You have to learn your niche. You have to learn your audience. You have to figure out what they respond to, what kind of products they like. That takes time. But the key takeaway here, if you don't give up for long enough, you win. If you don't give up for long enough, you win. It is almost guaranteed. Almost. If you don't give up for long enough, you win. If you don't give up for long enough, you win. You feeling me on that? If you're feeling me on that, if this is helpful, I want you to type win in the chat right now. Win, W-I-N, in the chat right now if this is helpful. Is this helping you? W-I-N in the chat right now. Excuse me. W-I-N in the chat right now. Win. All right. Dan, I got you. Regina, I got you. Classy Collector Shop, I got you. Blue. Yes, Raquel. Very good. Lots of Facebook users in here. Martin, way to be. Stella, yes. Janal. Janny, sorry. Gail, let's go. SoCal Surfer 69. I got you. That's awesome. You just, in 1 second, you flashed me back 25 years to like my Yahoo chat days. That's awesome. I love anyway. Okay. Win. D. Win. Love it. Facebook user, win. Yes. David, win. Karen, win. Let's go. All right. Way to be, everybody. Okay. Let's keep going. Reason number one, people give up too early. Look at the picture real quick before I move on. You've got two guys essentially doing the same kind of work. They're doing the same thing. This guy down here is one strike away from the diamonds. He's one move away from getting what he's after. And look at this. He's going to quit too early. Think of this. You are Chris Blair says this. Russell Brunson says this about funnels. I've said this before. You're one product away from potentially changing everything. One product. Don't give up before you hit that product, right? You never know. I mean, it might be product 113 is going to change your life. Do not give up on product 112. You feeling me? That's what this dude's about to do, right? If you don't give up for long enough, you win. If you don't give up for long enough, you win. Okay. Reason number 2, poor user experience, right? So now we're going to get into Shopify itself. We're going to talk a little bit more about the store and the setup and suppliers and crap like that, right? But first, it's mindset. Got mindset out of the way. Reason number 2, poor user experience. So let's talk about this. Design and branding. Do not look like a drop shipping store. Go out of your way to avoid looking like a drop shipping store. Okay. That is going to tank your conversion rates. If you do this wrong, you're just going to shoot yourself in the foot. Okay. Do not look like a drop shipping store. In 2020, drop shippers burned a lot of their merchants. They screwed over a ton of sellers. And now buyers, they're very, very wary of the type of stores that they buy from. Any buyer that purchased an item and never got it, right, or got the wrong item or got the item 6 weeks later and the store was shut down or whatever, they're very weary about buying from low trust stores. Okay, so you've got to do a little bit more work to overcome that. Now, as we move forward, so do not look like a drop shipping store. Here's some tips on how you can do that. Avoid countdown timers. Just look, when you start a new Shopify store, you go into the app store, you download all these apps, you're trying to, add all these bells and whistles to your store. And it's very tempting to start adding countdown timers and things that drive urgency and scarcity and pop-ups and all this. Do not do any of that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. It's going to lower the perceived value of your brand in the eye of the buyer. Trust me on this. Avoid countdown timers. Avoid Wheelio. Wheelio was a great app for a while. It really was. It can kind of get in the way now, especially if you don't implement it right. Okay, I'm not saying there's never a case where you don't want to use Wheelio, but if you're brand new, you probably shouldn't mess with this kind of stuff right now, right? It's going to pop up. It's going to distract the user. If you don't implement it right, it's going to hurt you. Avoid Wheelio. Avoid pop-ups, okay? Avoid pop-ups if you can. You do not want pop-ups on your product page. It's going to hurt you. Trust me. Trust me on this. It will distract the buyer. If you are spending money and you're trying to get a buyer to click your ad and land on your product page, all you want that buyer focused on is buying. You just want them to make a decision. Is this for me? Is this not for me? Do not interrupt that decision-making process with a pop-up to capture their email or something like that. You don't do that. Not excuse me, guys. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. So avoid clutter, countdown timers, all this stuff. Try to avoid it. You want a maximum of 2 to 3 colors, right? Do not have 7, 8, 9, 5 colors, whatever, on your brand. It can just look busy and all messed up. Okay. Just try to pick out 2 to 3 really good colors that all kind of work together and go with those. You can use tools like Adobe Color. You can use Coolers, COOLERS.com is what I think it is. There's all kinds of websites out there that will help you define a color palette for your brand, right? Just use those, pick 2 or 3 colors and be done. Be done. Have a maximum of 2 fonts. Typically, you'll have 1 font for headers and 1 font for the body. Or you can use the same font, but don't do more than that. It gets too busy, right? You need a clean layout. Clean layout. Use lots of white space or negative space, right? Make sure that your alignments are all good. Scroll through the page yourself. Is it clean? Is it easy to read? You need to do some testing on that. I've got some examples over here on the right. Look at this. This is Belesme, one of our internal brand stores. We've got a real nice looking logo. I mean, that looks nice and professional. You've got 1 font throughout. It's very cool. It's easy to read. We've got lots of really good space, use of negative space here. The eye, it's very easy on the eye. The brand colors, we've got the purple and the black going on. It's good. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy, right? Perfect. Notice also, this is a free tip. I'm showing you the mobile versions of the page. You need to be building your website for mobile. If you're driving traffic online, there's a good chance 90% plus is going to come from mobile, not from desktop, right? So make sure you're optimizing for mobile. So all my screenshots throughout here, most of them are all going to be mobile because it's all you really should care about. You should be prioritizing mobile over desktop, okay? So you need a good clean layout. Notice as I scroll down the page here, just how clean it is, right? It's really easy to navigate. You need a professional logo. Look, we got it up here. Don't agonize over the logo. Don't spend too much time on the logo. Seriously, excuse me. I apologize. I'm probably coughing a lot here today, so just bear with me. A brand name with just like a real simple icon usually works for the logo. You don't have to get crazy, so don't do that. I sold multiple millions on a store where my logo was literally, it just said my store name and it had the little gift box icon that I got off of like Google Images, right? So just don't overthink it. Don't overthink it, right? Just keep things simple. And then finally, you want to carefully display reviews. So notice here as we scroll down, the reviews are all down here at the bottom. They look perfect. They look perfect, right? Carefully display your reviews. Avoid clutter, avoid busyness. Keep it clean, keep it tight. Make it feel like a really well put together brand. Make it feel like it's a big company in a sense. All right. That's what's going to make people trust it. Okay. All right. Another issue in this poor user experience is sites loading too slow. A site loads too slow, right? A slower page response time results in increased page abandonment. So if you look at this chart I have over here on the right, this was a study, I believe it was done by Google. The longer your page load time is in seconds, so that's the x-axis here, the higher your abandonment. That's the y-axis here. So you can see at about 10 seconds, you've lost 35 or 40% of all your traffic at 10 seconds. I'm guessing like this particular study is probably 3 or 4 years old. I'm guessing that these numbers are much higher now, right? Because people are just, they're spoiled by TikTok and everything else that they're just expecting data and information and stuff, just, blasting them in the face all the time. And if they click from a high speed place like TikTok to your website and you take more than a second to put some kind of content on the screen, they're probably going to bounce, right? They're not going to sit there and look at a blank loading page for too long. That's just not going to fly anymore. Okay. So you need to make sure your page speeds are optimized. So don't bog down your store with tons of apps. That's going to slow down your store. Don't do that. Less is more when it comes to apps. Less is more. You need to focus on optimizing product pages, cart pages, and checkout pages. Product, cart, and checkout. Product, cart, and checkout. Okay. And remember, optimize for mobile first. Optimize for mobile first. Optimize for mobile first. You can use tools like Google's Page Speed Insights or GT Metrics to verify your page speed. So you can go to gtmetrics.com. You can run your product page through a test. So here I ran Belesme through a test. Look at this. It gets an A+, 100% on performance and structure, right? I ran it through Google Page Speed Insights, which is a lot different in the way it grades. And you can see the scores are lower, but honestly, it's really hard to get excellent scores on Google Page Speed Insights. Sorry, folks. I probably should have muted for that. Yeah, so it's the same page. I ran through both of these, but you can see it's a lot slower on Google Page Speed Insights, or the score is slower. So anyway, Google's a little bit more difficult. So gtmetrics.com or Google Page Speed Insights. Next, again, we're talking about user experience here. You want to prioritize above the fold. So above the fold is like when you visit a page, it's everything you see on the screen without scrolling. That's called above the fold. You want to prioritize everything you put above the fold. You want to keep it clean, avoid drop shippiness, like we've said. You want to call attention to what's most important above the fold, right? And if you can get your calls to action above the fold, you definitely want to do that. So here's some screenshots of two different stores. One's better than the other, even though Belesme is not perfect here, right? Belesme is not perfect, but it's pretty good. So here are the two stores compared to each other. We'll talk about what's wrong first. So we'll look at this one on the far right first, and we'll talk about what's right. So wrong over here. First of all, look at this. We've got a pop-up right away. So we visit the product page, and immediately we get a pop-up. That is so distracting. It's not even funny, right? That is so distracting as a user. When the thing slid in, it totally distracted my eye. This is costing this individual money for sure. Right here, you have this little trusted site thing. Look, nobody knows what this is. It's not a recognized brand name. It's nothing, right? Like nobody knows what this is. I really doubt this is increasing trust for the user. It's also sticky. So like as you scroll, it just sticks to the thing. It's just, I don't know. It's distracting. It's distracting. Excuse me, guys. Another thing I really didn't like about this page over here is see this shine on fulfillment thing here? Make sure you hide this from your product page. You don't need to display that. It also pushes all the content down on the screen. That makes no sense. So get that out of here. Then over on Belesme, so Belesme is doing a lot better here. So Belesme calls attention to the reviews right here. I would award more points if this was all in a single line instead of word wrapped into two lines like it is here. That's quite messy and it's taking up white space it doesn't need to. But you've got the reviews right here. That's good. You show the discount. I kind of like how the discount is good and it's highlighted. It's going to make the user feel like they're getting a deal. Then you also have the payment option here to pay in 4 interest-free payments of $17.48. So I like that we're using Shop Pay. I would much rather see this right there next to the add to cart button. Putting it up next to the price, though, is not a bad idea. That's what's going on here. And again, sorry, folks. Again, I don't like how much space this is taking up. It's taking up like 3 lines. It'd be a lot better, I think, if it was smaller font. However, I'm sure that this has been split tested a lot, and this is working right now on this particular product page. So you can see the difference between the two. Here, pop-ups, distractions, don't know what half this stuff is. Over here, we're calling attention to the reviews. Boom, that's building trust. We're showing people are going to get a discount. Good, that's building trust. Right next to the price, we're like, hey, here are some payment options, right? So it's making it really easy for the buyer to come to a purchase decision on this product. Next, you want to make sure that you're highlighting calls to action. So I don't have it in the screenshots here, but if I had scrolled down a little bit more and gotten to their call to action, which is these add to cart buttons, there's a noticeable difference between the two. You have this big green add to cart button with the arrow, and then you have this white add to cart button in red. Let me ask you real quick in the chat right now, which of these two would you have clicked on? If you were a buyer, you like the product, you're gonna purchase, which of these two buttons are you more likely to click on? Which of these two are you more likely to click on? Let me know in the chat right now. Yep, left, green, left, green. Is it even a contest? Is anybody even saying red? I don't see a single person that would click on this red one. Yeah, I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? You want your call to action to stand out, okay? And some ways that they did it on Belesme, which is really clever. First of all, they're using green, right? Green's a great button, great color for add to cart. There's a contrast, right? Because the other brand colors are black and purple. Remember, green is a contrasting color. So green really stands out. You've got the little, it's in all caps, the text. The text is in all caps. The font size is large, so it fills out the whole button compared to this, right? Like, look at how just empty this button is. So it fills out the whole button. You have a little arrow here. Arrow is going to give the sense to the buyer that this is progress. This is where I need to go. This is what I need to do next, that kind of thing. And also, I like the drop shadow on this. The drop shadow gives the impression that it's hovering, it's floating above the thing. It feels like a button. It feels like when you click it, it's going to depress, right? All those things because of us and our years of experience on the internet. We're just trained to click buttons like this, right? We're trained to click buttons like this. So I really, really like this. Question here from Mikkel: how do you get that arrow? So there's a few different ways you can do it. You can go into, I believe it's languages in Shopify, and you can actually go to the add to cart text and you can change it, and you can add emoticons and things like that. So there are lots of ways to do this. Look for YouTube videos on it as well. There are a lot of ways to do this. All right. Reason number three, missing trust elements. Missing trust elements. So let's talk about that. Trust elements, what are they? Well, convincing a website visitor to take out their wallet, pull out their credit card, and then buy something from you, it's a skill. That is a skill. You have to be able to convince people to do that. And you can do that by increasing their trust, right? By increasing their trust. And one of the ways you can increase their trust is by adding trust elements to your store. So what are trust elements, right? Well, there are a number of things. They're certainly not limited to this list, but this is like my go-to. These are the ones I like. You can have lots of smiling faces on your store. This gets overlooked by a lot of people. I'm going to talk about why smiling faces are like a hack for conversions. They're my favorite thing. Look, I own multiple businesses. I own a local service business here in Kansas City, and smiling faces are like my kind of go-to hack if I want to increase trust and conversions, right? I love it. They're overlooked by everybody. They're very powerful. Authentic reviews is kind of a no-brainer. Everybody likes to see reviews on products before they buy. Having authentic reviews is important. I'll talk about some things you can do to make your reviews more authentic when we get there. Your button icons. So have a cart on the add to cart button. People are going to read the little cart icon, the little cart emoji on the add to cart button before they read add to cart, right? So it's a way to like psychologically tell a user what the button's for with like before they read it, right? It's a way to like immediately start to register that stuff. You can add a padlock or a credit card to the checkout button, so people know exactly what the button's before they read it. You can add a delivery truck icon to the shipping button. So people will know kind of like psychologically at a subconscious level what each of the buttons are for. They'll imply action or defer action from the click, right? It's helpful. It is helpful. By the way, we've done tests on this before, and adding these things to the buttons does increase conversions. I'm sure it's specific to demographic, right? Like depending on your demographic, different icons may work, different tricks will work. But in our testing, this has improved conversions. You want to use real scarcity and real urgency. So don't use countdown timers. There are other ways to do real urgency and scarcity. I'll talk about those in a minute. And then add padlocks and security icons to the checkout page. So I'm not talking about the button, I'm talking about the page itself. On the checkout page specifically, where you're asking the user to get out a credit card, it is very helpful if you add padlocks and just different security elements, trust elements to the page so that you can better convince them to buy from you. Okay? All right. Smiling faces. So look at this. This is Belesme. I've taken this directly from the little site scroll that I did here. Notice the site scroll. Look at all these pictures. Make a mental note of all the pictures that you're seeing here. Let's let it go through one more time. Look at that. Okay. Do you see all the smiling faces? Look at this. Everybody's smiling. Everybody's happy. The reason this is a conversion hack is because people connect with people. They don't connect with websites. They don't connect with brands. People connect with people. By the way, you've seen the trend on this growing for ages. It was Steve Jobs at Apple, then it becomes Tim Cook, right? Twitter is now Elon Musk, right? You like Jeff Bezos is Amazon, right? It's people connect with people, not brands. Brands have to have a face these days if they're going to fly, right? Well, it's a little more difficult when we're doing this jewelry stuff, but you can hack it. You can find a different way to kind of do something similar, right? So that's where you just bring in lots of faces, lots of people smiling, happy, sharing moments. It evokes strong emotion. Look at this. It's hard to look at any of these without feeling something, right? And I'm not saying it's a powerful emotion. It's a small emotion, but if you get the emotion engine going, they're going to be more likely to buy your product. Look at this. It's hard to look at any of these without feeling something. So it evokes emotion. Another thing is eye contact increases trust. So if you can find images where the individual is looking directly at the user, I promise you the user will make eye contact with that individual. It's very difficult not to do that. It's very difficult not to do that. Look at this. Look at this guy right here. How many of you have looked at this image here out of all of them a couple of times, right? It's very difficult not to because they're looking at you. And there's just something about that, when your eyes are scanning an environment, you're locking eyes with other things. I don't know. It's probably some kind of evolutionary threat detection kind of thing that you're tapping into, right? Where they boom, or relational thing, right? Where boom, you're looking at other eyeballs that are looking at you, right? So anyways, people connect with people. It evokes strong emotion. Eye contact increases trust. Are you guys feeling me on this? Type trust in the chat right now if this is helpful. Trust in the chat right now if this is helpful. Trust in the chat right now. Trust. Yeah, let's go. All right. Very good. Good. Okay, let's go to the next one. Authentic reviews. Authentic reviews. So reviews increase authenticity, right? You need to make sure they're displayed in the right places, okay? And you also need to allow some negative reviews through. So let's look at what we don't do and what we can do. So look here. Belesme actually it looks like they're filtering any review below 4 stars. Now, let me ask you, if you're a buyer and you're really trying to figure out, hey, should I trust this company? Should I not? I want to buy the product, but like I need a few more kind of little signals. I need a few areas of validation here before I'll feel safe doing it. And you go to the reviews and you expand it and the reviews look like this. What are you going to think? Are you going to think that really everything they've out of 4,400 purchases that everybody rated it at 4 or 5 stars? Or are you going to think maybe someone's got their finger on the scale just a little bit, right? Now look, I've used looks on my own stores. I've done this before. It's hard not to want to filter out negative reviews, but you have to let some of them through. Let's just be realistic here. Everyone's doing this. Everyone's filtering reviews. Realistically, it's just how the world is today. I'm not necessarily saying don't filter reviews. Every now and then you get somebody that just blasts the product. You don't know what's going on with them. Maybe they just had a bad day, whatever. It feels very unfair. Whatever, filter it. But you do have some honest feedback that comes through occasionally, and maybe you should let some of that through. Some negative reviews will increase trust. All right? Some negative reviews will increase trust. So here, you'll notice I gave Belesme an X. I've done this before too, so whatever. But Belesme does a lot of other things really great. So first of all, they have the reviews displayed in the right places. So before the user even gets to the price on the product page, they're showing them reviews. They're like saying, hey, it's a high quality product. Other people like you that have bought it thought it was great, right? So really good. I give them a green check here. that passes. Also, the reviews at the bottom of the page, they're great because they're product specific. Notice Belesme is not sharing all 5,000 reviews on every single product. They're trying to keep it product specific. So right here, this product has 10 reviews. Pretty cool. That's going to increase trust with the buyer, right? So that's a good thing. Good thing on that. All right, next, let's talk about button icons. Button icons. So having a card on the cart button, credit card, or a padlock on the checkout button, truck on the shipping button. So notice down here, this is what you don't do. You have an empty add to cart button. I don't know. This is a horrible add to cart button, if I'm honest. First of all, it's red. People don't want to click red stuff. I don't know. This is bad. This is really bad. Okay. These two up here are way, way better. So notice this one here, it's green, and we have this little cart icon, right? This button could be better if add to cart was bigger and filled out more space, but it's not bad. It's not bad. And that cart icon is really good. It tells everybody exactly what the button is for and what's going to happen next. Then this one up here has got the arrow. You can use arrows, and you can also use fingers. Now, we actually did a bunch of split testing on icons and different things on cart. And for a while, the finger, the actual like emoticon finger here, was the highest converting emoji we could put on the add to cart. And I believe back when we had the platform, we even rolled out a version of the platform with that emoji on the add to cart button. On the add to cart button. So use button icons. All right, use real urgency and scarcity. So here was a study that analyzed 120 million purchases across 2 billion user journeys. And they found that scarcity will increase conversions by about 2.9%, social proof at 2.3%, and urgency at 1.5%. So social proof is reviews, right? Scarcity is like limited quantity, limited supply. And urgency is like, hey, the deal expires soon. So here's some ways you could potentially add real scarcity and urgency to your product. So first of all, there are a lot of options here. You have to use your imagination. You need to put your marketing hat on and get creative, right? Get creative about how you can do this, and try not to use easy cheats in Shopify apps, okay? Here's how Etsy does it. Etsy's really clever here. They'll show you how many people have a product in their cart, right? That's kind of a reverse scarcity thing, right? It's showing that the product's in demand, that lots of people are buying it. It's really good. It's really smart that Etsy does that. So I'm sure there are Shopify apps where you can do the same thing, where the app will show how many people have in their cart. Here, we've got some text that's driving urgency, and the urgency is being created around Christmas delivery. So every year, Shine On guarantees Christmas delivery up until a certain date. And if you put that on your product page, like this, where it says order in the next 2 days for guaranteed Christmas delivery, and then the next day you change it to order in the next day to get guaranteed Christmas delivery, and then the next day you put it's the last day to get guaranteed Christmas delivery, that drives urgency. It creates urgency, and it will increase conversions, right? You can do that around limited time discounts. You can do it around holidays. You can do it around all kinds of stuff. You just have to use your imagination. What you should not do excuse me, is this right here. The cart page will expire in 9 minutes, 45 seconds. That's fake. The cart page is not actually going to expire in 9 minutes and 45 seconds. Don't do this stuff. Don't do this stuff. I will tell you that Facebook and TikTok, these platforms are getting smarter. They're crawling your pages. They do not like this stuff. Just avoid it. Try to keep it real and authentic. Okay. Having padlocks and security icons on the checkout page. Now, remember, we're talking about trust elements, things that get that customer to trust your brand and your website more and be more likely to make a purchase. So remind people they're in a secure checkout, right? This is what you want to do in the checkout page. You want to remind them that what they're about to do is safe, that their data is going to be secure, it's going to be encrypted, that nobody's going to be able to hack it, that you're a brand that they can trust, that kind of thing. Padlocks and shields are psychological triggers, right? They give people a sense of security. And you want to remember your audience, because each audience is going to be a little different and they're probably going to respond to different things. So here is a screenshot of Belesme's checkout page. And you'll see Belesme up here in the top right has 100% safe checkout. They have a shield, which has got 256-bit encryption underneath it. And then they have a padlock that says Shopify Secure. Most people, even folks that aren't entrepreneurs, know what Shopify is these days. And they probably purchase from a Shopify store. So you can actually borrow credibility from Shopify by adding this here. Is this making sense? Is this helpful? Is this helpful, people? Are you learning stuff here? Are you learning here? Let me know in the chat. Is this helpful? Is this helpful? Before we go to reason number 4, let me know in the chat right now. Is this helpful? Is this helpful? Yeah, good stuff. Absolutely. Great stuff. Awesome. Okay, good. All right. Very good. Thank you. Okay, let's keep going. Reason number 4, drop shipping woes. So again, why do 99% of Shopify print-on-demand stores fail? And how can you be in the top 1%? Well, one of the reasons they fail is drop shipping woes. So what do I mean by that? Well, a lot of people start selling online with drop shipping. They don't do print-on-demand, they do drop shipping. Why? No idea. But it's where a lot of people start. It's probably because of the Facebook ads and the gurus and all that kind of stuff that do drop shipping. Well, look, drop shipping from China is hard. It's definitely got some drawbacks. First of all, you have horrible shipping times. So look, if we order this product today, it's not going to be here until May 28th. It's not going to be to your customer, rather, until May 28th. That's 2 months. Now, this is admittedly a long shipping time for a drop shipping store. However, they're usually like 2-3 weeks out. We live in the world of Amazon 2-day shipping. Here, it's even worse than that. It's getting really crazy out there. I bought a laptop recently from Apple, and when I was checking out, they actually had an option where I could buy this and I could get it delivered within 2 hours. 2 hours. That's crazy, right? Now that's Apple. Not everybody's doing that. My point, though, is that is the direction things are going. People are spoiled by Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime's got 2-day shipping, same-day shipping, next-day shipping. Like, they're constantly speeding things up. This is going to kill you, right? So slow shipping, and it's going to hurt conversions. It's going to make your customers upset, right? And if you're brand new and you're just starting out, you don't need that. Trust me. Shine on the other hand, right? If somebody orders in the USA, typically once it ships, we can have it delivered in 2 to 5 business days. So we're talking a week or less, right? If they're ordering to Canada, we're looking at 5 to 10 business days. UK and EU is 3 to 7 business days, right? So like we can even get a product to Australia in about the same time it takes China to get a product to the US. It's pretty crazy. So if you're new, you do not need to deal with this. It's just going to hurt you. It's going to suck. Next, you have incredibly high disputes when you're drop shipping. And it's because people order something and they're waiting around. And after 2 weeks, they go, you know what? I don't even want the product anymore. Or they're going, is this product ever going to get here? Or the tracking stops working because tracking is a nightmare between China and the US, and they file a dispute, right? You get too many disputes, you lose your PayPal account, your credit card company starts getting angry at you. Stripe will put freezes on your money. It sucks. You just do not need to deal with that, right? There is a screenshot that Mario Menduni shows. I've had him on Coffee with Michael a handful of times, and there's a screenshot he shows where they drove, I think it was like 10,000 orders or something like that, and they had like less than 100 disputes. Like their dispute rate was like really, 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 really low, like 2.02% or something like that, right? And that was with Shine-On. It's because our product quality is high. We deliver it really fast. You have very few returns. So start with Shine-On. Start with print on demand. Start with Shine-On, the best print on demand company on the planet. You can avoid all of this. You avoid all of this. More than one person in my network has been screwed by dropshipping manufacturers and lost everything. I just did an interview with Ace Swinger 3 or 4 weeks ago. Ace Swinger got screwed over by dropshipping manufacturer and had to start over, literally from the bottom, and work his way back up. It's not worth it, people. It's not worth it. Avoid dropshipping at all costs. Go with print on demand. Go with Shine-On, the best print on demand company on the planet. All right. Reason number 5. You're not testing enough. Not testing enough. You have to test everything if you want to be successful in print on demand. Everything. Everything. I mean that. You are a professional tester. Your job is not creating products and running ads and making sales. Your job is testing. Seriously, you're a professional tester. What do you do all day? You're testing. This is really, you need to reframe what your job description is. It's really about testing. You're testing phrases until you find a winner. Then you're testing designs until you find a winner. Then you're going to test ad creatives until you find a winner. Then you're going to go test calls to action and side cart versus cart page and button colors and interests and 10 million other things. And you're going to dial in this funnel that's just screaming for you and just dumping money into your bank account. But you get there through testing. Everything. Everything. You test. You never stop testing. You feeling me? You're not even a merchant. You're a tester, right? You're a tester. So you can do A/B testing, right? You can do multivariant testing. It doesn't matter. Test. Never stop. If you're new, you want to start with phrases. You got to find a phrase that sells. You find a phrase that sells and you can build an empire on top of it. But it all starts with the phrase, okay? Make educated guesses about all this other stuff until you have a phrase that's winning. Feeling me? We're getting a question. How do you test? Well, for phrases, it's simple. Make a design template in Canva. It can be like a message card with a white background. And you pick a niche. Pick like the daughter niche or the wife niche or whatever your niche is. Pick a niche. And then all you're going to do is you're going to test like 50 phrases to that niche. Like 50 of them. I'm not kidding. Test 50 phrases, go into the same niche on the same message card. Boom, 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 boom. After 50 tests, look at your data. Grab the best top 2 or 3 and then start iterating on that. Iterate on the phrase. Iterate on the niche that the phrase is to. Iterate very carefully on the design. And you get 2 or 3 designs that are popping for you and making money for you, right? And once you have it dialed in, it's making money for you, then you test the creatives. So by creatives, I mean different images in the ads. You test UGC, you test Shine-On mockups, you test video. And you get that really dialed in until we have one of those that's just absolutely screaming fire for you. Then you go to your product page and you start tweaking it. Does changing the name of the product do anything? Does changing the add to cart button do anything? Does changing the discount do anything? Are there different upsells that you should put on there? Do people like it with gift wrap? You just go crazy with that, right? And you get that dialed in and get it freaking screaming fire for you too and dumping money into your bank account. And then you test the next thing in the funnel, right? And you test until your funnel is so ridiculously tight that even when somebody comes in and competes with you, they do not stand a chance because your funnel has 150 more hours of your work and dedication and effort put into testing it than theirs does. And since they're looking for easy money, and since they don't have the mindset that failure leads to growth, since they're wanting a get-rich-quick scheme, they quit. But since you know that if you don't give up for long enough, you win, you're hanging on, right? And you're the one being rewarded with the profits. That's how you test. That's how you test. You with me? I want to see test everything in the chat right now. Test everything. Big capital letters in the chat right now. Test everything. Test everything in the chat right now. Test everything in the chat right now. Test, 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 test. Yep. Let the copycats take the scraps. I love that. Keep your eye on the prize. Don't look at what the person to the left and right of you is doing. Just keep moving forward. That's the way to be. Test, test, test. All right. Very good. Very good. So let's quickly recap, and we're going to wrap this up. Where are we at? Reason number one, giving up too early. Giving up too early. I love all of you in our community. I love all of you in the community. But I'm going to say this because I want to challenge you. There are a lot of you listening to this that are not going to make it. Like, look, the universe, God, whatever you believe, you're here for a reason right now. You're hearing my voice come out your speakers right now for a reason. For some reason, every event in your past has led up to this present moment where you are listening to A Coffee with Michael. You've discovered Shine On. You know how to run ads. You have found this side hustle that is a diamond in the rough and that not everybody knows about and not everybody has access to. You are sitting on an opportunity right this minute. Right this minute. That should mean something to you. But unfortunately, a lot of you, even though you just listen to this whole session, you're still going to have something inside of you that feels like or that expects success to come easy. You're going to feel like or think this should be get rich quick. Or you're going to run a few tests and you're going to get discouraged and you're going to quit. There's some of you listening to this right now that all the events in the past have culminated into this present moment for you, and you're here for a reason, and you are going to walk away from the opportunity. You're going to quit. I hate to say that out loud. I hope that you're being challenged by this right now. I hope you're feeling fire in your chest right now as I'm talking. Like, hell no, that ain't going to be me. That might be the person left of me. It might be the person right. It ain't going to be me, Michael. I hope that's what you're thinking. I hope that's what you're thinking right now, because some of you are going to quit. Probably the majority of you are going to quit. But a few of you will get the message. A few of you are going to know that when you fail, it's a chance to learn. It's a chance to grow. That if you don't give up for long enough, you will win. That this is a skill set, and it's okay if it takes time for you to develop your skill set. It's going to take time for you to win. It's okay if that is you. And the people that hear that message and commit to this, they're in it for the long haul, they know if they don't give up for long enough, they win. Those are the people that will see some success from this. Obviously, I can never guarantee anything. My internet lawyer would be very mad at me if I did. But if you have that kind of mindset, it's going to take you far in life. So reason number one is giving up too early. Do not be that person. Challenging you right now. Do not be that person. Hey, if you, let's do this real quick. I want you to type, let's see. I want you to type never quit in the chat right now. That's you. Never quit in the chat right now. Let's do it publicly. Do it where everybody else can see you. Type never quit in the chat right now. This is your commitment, right? To not quit until you have this thing figured out. Never quit. Never quit in the chat. Never quit if you're not going to be like the person to the left and to the right is going to drop. You are going to stick with this thing. Never quit. Right now, publicly in the chat, I'm calling you out. This video is going to be on YouTube for everybody to see forever. In 6 months from now, if you're quitting or on the fence, you can come back, watch the video, and hopefully you'll be able to re-encourage yourself to stay in the game. Dan Smith is never quitting. Facebook users never quitting. Christie's never quitting. Facebook user again. Classy. Collector Shops never quitting. Facebook user. Shop Fix is never quitting. Laura is never quitting. Facebook user again. Facebook user again. Facebook user. Blue never quitting. Facebook user. Sandra's never quitting. Adam is never quitting. Anton. Journey Rose. Way to be. Regina. Sue. Facebook user. Diana. Chandan. SoCal Surfer. Gail, never quit. Can't stop, won't stop. That's right. Facebook user, Facebook user, Facebook user, Facebook user, Julie. Facebook user, Kirsten. Pearly. Facebook users. David, Johnny, Diana. Portia, way to be. Facebook user, Wendy. Facebook user, oh, whoops. Yeah, Facebook user, Janny, I said that one. Facebook user, Facebook. Karen, way to be. Sharon, it's not too late. If you want to make your commitment, do it now in front of everybody. Facebook. Amazing gift for you. Martin, I am blessed. Way to be. David Snyder. All right. Never quit. We got, sorry, I can't say your name. Tim. Facebook user, Orlander. Facebook user, Facebook. Maureen. Orlander again. Facebook user. All right. Let it go down. Public. You're going to stick with this till you find a winner. I'm counting on you. Do not let yourself down. All right, reason number 1, people give up too early. Reason number 2, poor user experience. Pages load too slow. Your brand is a mess. It looks too drop shippy. That kind of thing. Missing trust elements. No smiling faces. No authentic reviews. Your buttons suck, like this one down here. You're not using real urgency or scarcity. It's fake, and people are seeing right through it, like this one right here. You don't have padlocks, security icons, or other trust elements on your checkout page, and it's hurting your conversions. Reason number 4, you tried drop shipping and you got screwed, right? Slow shipping times. Your customers are mad. They don't like slow shipping. They're disputing their orders. They're taking money out of your pocket because you're using a drop shipping supplier. Worst case scenario, your drop shipping manufacturer completely screws you, does a rug pull. You place an order for like 2,000 items or something like that, and they bail on you, right? And good luck getting any of that money out. Good luck suing this person that's in China, right? Think about who you're doing business with. It's not worth it. Don't drop ship. Reason number 5, you're not testing enough. You're not testing enough phrases. You're testing 5 phrases and you're getting upset because you haven't found a winner when you need to be testing 50. Get your mindset right. Get your expectations right. Phrases are just the start. Once you get a phrase dialed in, you got to go to designs, ad creatives, and so on and so forth. Testing is your life. You're going to test one thing after another until you die if you are in this business, right? Testing is it. Learn to love the process. Learn to love testing. Learn to love the game. That is what this is. All right? All right. Was this helpful? Let me know if this was helpful in the chat. Let me know if this was helpful in the chat. Look, I hope you found this helpful. I hope you can see how with just a few small improvements, you can also join the top 1% of Shopify print-on-demand stores. Even though this training was in-depth, we're really just scratching the surface on how deep you can go. Yeah. All right. Love it. Good. Glad you guys got a lot out of this. I'm counting on you to stick with it. If you're new, why don't you go to shineon.com? You can start selling today. Or if you're watching on YouTube, you should be able to click the link in the description below. You should be able to click the link in the description below. If you're watching on YouTube, join our Facebook group. If you're on Facebook, go to YouTube. Go to our Instagram and Facebook pages. We're always dropping fresh content there. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you're in the Never Quit Club. Until next time, everybody, happy selling. Take care.